Hi guys, back with another video. It took me 1 year to get back here and start making content again. And I'm gonna put the major blame on the topic of discussion today, which is MBA at Rice University. So this is what I've planned for you. 10 questions that you should be asking yourself, and we are gonna discuss the my side of the answers for these 10 questions. And it's kind of like a review, different from the previous one because back then I was just 1 year into the program. Right now I've completed it. Thankfully got released via the campus itself. So I think there is value to be added in this updated review. So let's get started. First question. It's from the academics front. How rigorous is the MBA curriculum at Rice University and does it align with the industry needs? It is pretty rigorous, and I think I made it clear with that 1 year break I had to take in doing this again. Once you are in, you have to give your 100%. And curriculum is like well updated. After your first year and the second year, they will ask for feedback, and we have seen the recommendations that we gave being implemented for our juniors, if not all, some at least, and that's good. And is it aligned with the industry needs? I would say 7 out of 10 aligned. This is because they primarily focus on a research-based learning. So whatever projects or assignments I do, the push is towards presenting it at some conferences and then eventually publishing it. That is more on the innovative, creative side. So yeah, it's still relevant for the industry, but I'll give the example of a research paper on AI that you published, but the ask for the company was an Excel expert. So there is a difference that you can see, right? This is more of a practical end, and that's more of a creative end. So it's on you to balance this and make sure that whatever opportunities that your college is offering, you you upskill yourself and be industry ready, but at the same time research focused as well. So yeah, that's how it goes. And second one, specializations. What are the specializations available, and how do I choose the one that best suits my career goals? Let's start with the how many specializations, what all we have. Starting with the one I took, business analytics, marketing, HR, finance, operations, international business. Now, how do I choose the one which suits me the best? I'll give my experience. I come from a BTech background, and I wanted to go out of the tech to something non-tech. So I thought of taking MBA in marketing, and upon joining Christ, we'll get first 2 trimesters, which is pretty generic. You're not part of any specialization then. So this is your time to decide, evaluate how you stand with respect to your peers, and then which specialization you want to pick. So my preference changed from marketing to finance to business analytics. And I think this is because initially you think that you like something, but you're good at something else. So for me, they were different. I thought I like marketing and I'll be a good student there, but I think analytics aligned better as a strength for me. Mm. So yeah, if I were to take marketing or finance, I would have been an average student. But since I took analytics, it gave me a head start. So that's something to consider. And the reason why I shared my experience here is that it's all right to be confused. But give yourself time, and they are giving you time, right? The first 2 trimesters. Make use of it, get input from your professors, friends, but do not go blindly by it. Take your time, get that input, and based on that, you make your decision. So I think, yeah, from the start itself, day one itself, make sure that you have all this in your head. You're not going with the flow, but you're prepared from day one. So that's the idea. Third, faculty. What is the teaching style of the faculty, and do they have industry experience, or Is it more academic focused? It is more academic focused, like I mentioned with respect to research focused learning. But we do have faculties who have industry experience, but limited. And the teaching style again is whatever assignments you do, make a paper out of it. It's fun. I really liked it. Uh, may not be the best industry aligned one, but like I said, if you balance it yourself, if you upskill, find the skills relevant for the industry, and upskill yourself, I think it's sorted. So that's that. And fourth one is on placements. What kind of companies come for placements, and what are the average and the highest packages? All right, let's start with a very realistic range here. 5 LPA to 20 LPA. And there are instances or outliers where the packages offered were less than 5 LPA, which is sad, and beyond 20 LPA as well. But I'm keeping it to a very realistic 5 or like 6 to 20 LPA. And among this, let's say the median is around 8 to 11, 12 LPA. Again, this is not this might not be the exact number the college would give. This is more like what I experienced and the gut feeling. If I have that as my median reference, I'll be able to make a better decision with respect to whether to sit for that company or not. So this is what I think. It might not be fully correct, but out of my experience, I'm sharing. Alright. And I'll give some names of companies came visited our campus. From operations and business analytics, and we had Lam Research, Alstom coming in. Majority of the manufacturing companies, and then from marketing we had Landmark, Target. For finance, Big Four was there, and where there what D-Shaw was there. D-Shaw was one company which offered 20 plus LPA, so it was a great package. And I'm not sure of HR, but major names were there. And one thing is with respect to international business, you have got experience, or you learn finance as well as marketing. So it's sort of like a dual specialization, but we don't call it dual specialization, but it's kind of like that. But here's an opportunity or a weakness. You can see it like an opportunity or a weakness here. Why? Because when a company comes for a finance role, IB student can also apply and sit for it. But would you be equally how strong would your domain knowledge be compared to a core finance student, compared to someone who's focusing on finance and marketing at the same time? Might not be the best. So there were such instances, but there were a lot of instances where IB students were like much better as well. So I'm just giving a perspective here. If you're planning to take IB, this is an opportunity as well as a weakness. But there is a plus side also. If there is a company coming specifically for IB, then that's very well back to your specialization compared to any other way. So yeah, I think the placement, and that is it. If you have any further questions, share it in the comment box. I'll try to answer. Now let's talk about internships. How does university support students in securing internships, and are they impactful for your career growth? The first thing that you have to understand is the number of companies coming for internship opportunities are significantly less compared to the companies coming for the final placements. So even when the placement committee offers maximum help, the opportunities are less, which means your competition is high. You're competing with the same bunch of students, or the batch size is same, but the seats are less, right? So it's better that you look outside for internship opportunities rather than relying on college. That's one. And I'll also give some suggestions on how you can find internships. One is a typical route of cold emailing or reaching out on LinkedIn. Second one, specific to Christ, we have a corporate connect every Friday. So a leader would come, talk about their industry or company. So what I did was post the session, connected with this particular leader via LinkedIn, and asked for an opportunity. And this worked for me. That I converted that to my main internship, summer internship. That's one way, but right now it looks simple, right? It's that easy. But before that, there were multiple rejections. But this works. And another way is I used to watch Shark Tank. So where the logic was this, my thinking was like this: major companies come from Bangalore, Delhi, or Mumbai. I isolated just the Bangalore companies and started reaching out to its founders. And one replied. So what I'm trying to say is, we get the responses in such instances. And then I got an opportunity to go to their office, but there I got rejected. Here I would like to introduce not introduce, like share the way I thought of what an internship was. Maybe you are also thinking of internship more like a learning process, but for them it's a full-time employee, but for 2 months. That's how they look at it. So this is what happened. I showed up and they were like, yeah, all right, what can you contribute? But I didn't have an immediate answer for this. I just started with MBA. I started with my first trimester in specialization, which is the third trimester. So I don't have much to contribute, but you tell me what to do, I can help you guys. But this is not what they expect, right? It's a very fast-paced startup environment, and this is not the sort of candidate that they are looking for. And makes sense. So got rejected, but that was a learning for me, so that next time when I show up for an interview, I should be able to pitch what I can do, that like what value I can bring to the business. So that's another way of reaching out and finding internships. And are they impactful for your career growth? Yes, indeed, because for your final placement, this plays a crucial role. Based on this, they'll ask a lot of questions, and also if it's aligned with what your specialization is, what your final placement company is. Let's say you did internship in manufacturing, and one company showed up for manufacturing role. Manufacturing, like manufacturing-based company, but some other role. But it's still aligned. You know what I'm saying, right? So it is greatly impactful. So if you choose this right, it is gonna help you a lot. Next is on campus life. What is the campus culture like? Are there clubs, events, or networking opportunities for students? First things first, campus culture wise, they are strict, a bit too strict, but you'll get used to it in like the first 2 trimesters, so do not worry much about that. And then coming to the clubs and the fest part, you already know Christ is known for that. So they make sure that you're given enough exposure with respect to all these clubs and fests and all. So here what happens is networking comes more like a byproduct of all these activities happening within the campus. So in campus, as from campus life point of view, it's really good. Next is infrastructure. How are the facilities like library, tech labs, and classrooms? Really good. And on top of it, they have Bloomberg terminals, and even the tech labs are like equipped with the best spec computers, so no complaints there. Next is Alumni Network. How strong is the Alumni Network, and are there opportunities to connect with them for guidance or mentorship? We've got a lot of opportunities to connect with them, and the network is like pretty strong. There is one event just before our main placement season where some alumni would visit our campus, and they'll give you mock series and interviews and feedback based on that. That really helped me prepare for the actual interviews coming up ahead, right? So such things they facilitate. So alumni network wise also pretty strong. Next is on work-life balance. Is the course structure manageable or is it overwhelming? It is really overwhelming. It's like this: if you have a life, there is something wrong with the work that you're doing. So for the 2 years, it's gonna be a lot of stress, it's gonna be a lot of work your way, but it's really worth it. So be ready to put in that high amount of work so that it's towards the end you get the best placement as well. So yeah, work-life balance wise, it's pretty tough but rewarding as well. All right. The last point, admission tips, if any. What should I focus on for the selection process? Entrance exams, interviews, or the overall profile? Now the entrance exams are done too. So focus on the GD interview and the micro presentation. For GD and micro presentation, you can prepare together, as in the micro presentation topics will be uploaded on the guys' website soon. All those topics are GD worthy topics, so they might use any from that list for your GD as well. So prepare all that 2 minutes, 3 minutes presentation, and I think you're good to go with GD as well. That's that. And interview, yeah. From interview standpoint, maybe be yourself, be original, pay a lot of respect to the faculty sitting at the other end. I think that's it. Build a lot of confidence while you prepare for your interview. Confidence really plays a huge role. I think that's it. Maybe be up to date with current affairs, what's happening in the business world, India specifically. I think that's all from my end, from in how to perform better in your interview and reading. Yeah, that's it, guys. So that's all. That's the 10 major points that I wanted to share, major questions that you should be asking yourself before jumping into this huge commitment, right? So yeah, I've covered everything. If you have more questions, please comment below, and yeah, it would be great if you could like the video and subscribe as well. So thank you so much for watching, and all the best for your admission and entire journey ahead. Thank you so much.